now.
My dear Mr. Shane, please let me explain. My dear Mr. Shane means your friend. My dear Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. My dear Mr. Shane, please let me explain. My dear Mr. Shane means your friend.
So I have another. And these just like, if I fill this with one color, like possibly, you know, a lighter color, I'm imagining like it'll be brighter behind him, and then it'll get darker as it goes out. So he's got like this cool kind of backlight effect, and then like all around the edges, like I purposely made like these little narrow spots here. So those will be brighter, so it looks like the light's kind of wrapping around him. Yeah, no, I like both of them. Like, honestly, I don't care which one I use. They're both amazing for doing their thing. There's a bunch of overlap between them. Like, Illustrator just has got, like, the way you do your vectors and paths just, like, totally, I feel, dominates the Photoshop way. Photoshop's a little weird. You can do a lot of the same stuff, but just managing paths and, like, shape builder things. Once you get into kind of the finer details of like working with vectors and paths, you know, use whatever's comfortable to you, whichever one you're good at. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot of overlap, so it's whatever you're good at using. And oftentimes you just don't want to leave like the program you're using. You know, maybe you're doing like 90% of the work in Photoshop, and you don't want to leave Photoshop to do a little bit of vectors and then import it back into Photoshop, you know? Fickle Floyd, good morning, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, but we simply just don't do a lot of Photoshop on this stream, not because I don't like Photoshop, just mainly because I feel like this is an Illustrator stream. Mostly we do Photoshop sometimes. I said do. But yeah, so yeah, I used to stream on the Adobe channel when they were actually streaming on Twitch, and my channel just wound up falling into like an Illustrator style channel, mainly as a way for me to practice Illustrator. And a lot of the times it's like watching someone else struggle with it. You know, you learn things as you go, and so, you know, I'm still learning things as I go. But using Illustrator here is a way for me just to, you know, practice it outside of work, because oftentimes I don't get to do, you know, fun stuff all the time. So when I'm here, I get to do whatever I want in Illustrator. And as I find, you learn a lot quicker on any program if you're working on stuff that's, you know, interesting to you, and not just like mock-ups for marketing, like, hey, do this ad for, you know, nameless company number 42. Sure, you'll make an ad, but your heart might not be in it. This, we get to do crazy crap all the time, and it's fun. So yeah, none of this is like for a client or anything. So hopefully this should look pretty So when I go to outline mode, I'm just looking for like motion. Like, is there some kind of movement happening with this background? Like, does it all kind of stretch out nicely? It fits like the mood of the other one we did. Also, we got sick memes happening, so that's cool too. Yeah, give yourself some projects to do in like the other programs. Like I do have a bunch of Photoshop work I want to do. I photographed, I was at Disney World not too long ago, but I photographed a lot of like signs. And so I want to do like a whole mock-up kit. You know how if you're doing a like a logo and you're like, this is how your logo would look on, you know, a storefront. I have like 20 signs that I'm going to strip of all their like current imagery and like text and turn those into Photoshop mock-ups that people can download. So we'll use like smart objects and things like that. I would do all the drop shadow stylings. Yeah, and there's a lot of beginner stuff. Like this one, I'm writing a blog post of like how to do this. So, you know, if you didn't catch the stream or anything, whenever I get my blog going, but I've got it all written up. I'm just making screenshots for it. So in like a couple days, that should go live, or you know, maybe next week. Oh yeah, make shapes in Illustrator, bring into Photoshop for 3D objects. Yeah, much cleaner with vectors. Yeah, Photoshop 3D is so much fun. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else I'll add to this. We've got like 5 minutes left, so... There. Yeah, what is this song? Oh, maybe this can go like in it. Is that more or less like a line? I'm imagining like this lens flare. They always travel like in a straight line somehow. Okay, that is good. Go ahead and hit save. We haven't saved all morning. Let's see what happens. Our tutors would throw us a lot of great exercise tips for using the pen tool. Lazy as far as that was concerned, just wanted to improve on drawing. Photoshop became a lightbox coloring. Yeah. Alright, so we're saved. That's it, we've got like 3 minutes left. Pen tool is used so much. Yeah, Illustrator and Photoshop. Pen tool's like